We're in Demopolis, Alabama at the Demopolis Lock. Part of the sill gave way. Where the miter gate meets the concrete, it broke off.
We had a hole the size of a school bus, essentially, of water rushing through the bottom of the dam.
Made it so that they were not able to lock vessels through.
In order for the boats to properly transfer from the upper end to the lower end, that gate has to be able to seal shut so that they can properly raise and lower the water. The water was gushing out, so they couldn't equalize the chamber to be able to get the barges to pass through.
At Demopolis, we're 3.5 miles below the confluence of the Tennessee-Tombigbee Waterway, so we are actually stopping traffic on both waterway systems and the alternate path to the Mobile Harbor.
Importance of the Demopolis Lock on the Tennessee-Tombigbee Waterway can't be understated. If this isn't open, everybody has to transverse an extra 1,600 miles. It's the only other inland waterway access except the Mississippi River.
900,000 tons a month come through this lock, so that's a huge benefit to the economy.
Which is costing industry in this region a lot of money. We realize the impact is significant.
Upwards from 2 to 2.5 million a month for our waterway users.
We have to deliver here for our industry, our partners that use these waterways, and there's many, many of them.
The big question as we were trying to figure out the fix for this was, do we just patch that and will it hold? And the answer was, no, we're gonna come straight across this lock and fix that chevron into a straight across sill, and it'll allow us to have a mass piece of concrete that will plug that breach, as well as if there's any other weak spots in that 70-year-old sill, try to hold that back as well.
We're essentially building a brand new dam surface, and we're doing it at record pace in about 4 or 5 months.
Initially, we came down with one dive team. Water level at that time was probably 45, hovering around 50 foot deep. So we knew we'd have to do nitrox diving. That does extend your bottom time, but it also requires more personnel on site.
It started with recovering some of the concrete debris that fell off the side and washed down. There were some pretty big blocks, big cranes, big rigging. We drilled a lot of holes.
We pulled out one really large chunk of concrete, right around 220 tons, and then 3 slightly smaller ones. So it was pretty impressive, probably close to 600 tons of concrete.
And got that out of the way. And the next phase, what we're doing now is we're installing formwork and getting ready to pour more concrete and rebuild what was damaged.
We had to engineer the formwork on this project for this specific fix. We've had some good partners that help us engineer that in Westbrook Engineering. And what's very unique about this is we had to panelize this form system, make it stout enough that it'll hold, but it also had to be modular.
When you're doing technical projects like this, measurements are critical, elevations are critical. The divers can't see their hand in front of their face. So creating templates that allow the divers to use the template as a measuring device, measure it 6 times, make sure we'll have the second diver come over and measure it just to make sure that we're all on the same page and getting the same numbers.
There's 2 different concrete mixes used for this repair. The underwater portion of this concrete mix is a self-consolidating concrete, SCC. It has a lot of additives in it, anti-washout, that allows it to be placed underwater, but it's still very flowable. Once we get up to the top, we'll have a more traditional concrete mix because there's a lot of reinforcing to try to help that breach repair.
Brennan is a key player in this, especially with their expertise and the underwater concrete and tremi-concrete work that we have to do, which is really high risk and tough work down here.
Small accidents typically don't happen on projects like this. It's usually loss of life or limb. Adhering to safety is of the utmost importance on this project. Above and beyond the actual scope of getting it fixed in a timely manner, Brennan has showed up with all of their proper PPE. The guys are well trained when they come.
Brennan has been great to work with. They've met all of the needs and then some to satisfy all safety measures.
The teamwork on this project is extremely important. The partnership with the Corps of Engineers, with R&D Maintenance, And from the first weekend that we started working on this until now, it's been proven to be an integral cog in getting this fixed.
There are no egos out here. It's everybody's working to one goal, and that's getting this lock and dam repaired and functioning again.
That bringing all the interest from Brennan, from the West Coast to East Coast into this, to have everybody work together for the fix has just been remarkable.
They've done a lot of design work very innovatively in a fast manner. I mean, they've prioritized this as our team and all of our contractor teams, our industry, all working together, making sure that this gets done as quickly as possible.
It's very rare that a company gets to be part of a fix like this and help solve a problem that's so vital to the country.